Okay guys, welcome back to my channel, Code with Tommy. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Python with CSV files. So basically, we're going to be reading and writing CSV files using Python. So for us to do this, we need a Python library called Pandas. Pandas is a Python library which allows us to read and parse CSV files in our Python code. So what are CSV files? CSV files are basically comma separated values. That's what CSV stands for. So this means the file type means each value is separated by comma. So anytime there's a comma, it means this is a new value. Anytime there's another comma, it means it's a new value. So basically that's what the meaning of CSV file is. But sometimes in a CSV file, we might not have a comma used to separate it. We might have like a column or a semicolon. But in our code, for us to import our data, we can also pass that. You might not understand what I'm saying yet, but let's dive straight in so you get it better. So let me show you an example of a CSV file. So if I just come to this place here, so you see the name is VG sales. So it's just basically a CSV file which contains the data of the sales of a particular product. So as we can see, it says rank, name, platform, year, generate, publisher, NS sales, EU sales, JP sales, other sales, and global sales. So as you can see, this is just like, let's take it like as a table. So all this the first line contains the name of that table list. So rank, all these 1, 2, 3, 4 to the end are under this rank table. Then wheel, sport are under the name. So that's basically what the way CSV files are being structured. So the first one before the comma represents the rank, the second one represents the name, the third one represents the platform, the fourth one represents the year, and so on. So as you can see, each value is separated by comma. So once we put comma here, it shows that it's a new value. Another comma is a new value. And same thing to the list of the tables. 1, then comma, we spot, then comma, we. That's just to show that it's a CSV file, comma separated values. So sometimes instead of comma, some people like use something like a semicolon to separate values. That can also be done, but it's not advised when working with CSV files because obviously it means comma separated values. So now let's just go straight into our code editor and then start editing our CSV file. So for us to do this, we just need to open, right now I'm on Jupyter Notebook. Is a code editor which runs on Chrome or any browser, but you can also use your Visual Studio Code or your PyCharm or any Python editor you are using. So the first thing we need to do is to import Pandas. So before we get started, let me first tell you that you need to have the Pandas library installed. So if you have Anaconda or Jupyter Notebook installed on your computer, Pandas is automatically installed on your computer too. So let's say you install Anaconda, then automatically Anaconda installs Pandas and some other machine learning libraries. But if you don't have that installed, what we just need to do is to go to your command line and type pip install Pandas, and then that should do it. So now once you have it installed, let's just import Pandas. Okay, so now we've imported Pandas. So what we want to do now is to read let's say our file, our CSV file, into a data frame, into a data structure or data frame. So we're going to say df, and for us to do this, we're going to say df will be equals to, we're going to use the Pandas library and do something like pandas.read, then the name of the file. So for us to do this now, we're going to say the pandas in which we installed, in which we imported, .read CSV. Then in a bracket, we're going to basically specify the name of that file. If we come here, we will see that the name of the file is vgsales.csv. So we're going to say vgsales.csv. So once this is done, it basically means that our CSV file is being read into this df variable. So now if we print df, we're going to see every single thing. Now let's print df. When we print this df, what we're going to see is all the values in that CSV file are going to be printed. This basically means that the head, the structure, how everything is being structured is going to be printed. And now that I'm in a Jupyter notebook, it's different from, let's say you are in like a normal editor. So instead of saying print df, I can just do something like df. So now for me to run this, first of all, I need to save this. Okay, now once this is saved, what I just need to do is to run it. So I'll just come here and click on run. So it's supposed to print df, but it didn't. So let's just type that again, print df. So now let's run that. Okay, obviously it didn't print anything. So for us to do this, okay, I don't know why this isn't running. It should run. Okay, as you can see, it ran. So once we print df, you see that as we have this in a scattered form or in a non-organized form, once we print it in our editor, it prints it as a table, as a good looking table. As you can see, it has the rank 1 2 3 4 5, but because our data is very large, as you can see, from 1 2 3 4 5 all the way to 16,000, it just minimizes like almost 90% of the data and just prints us what we need. So what we want to do now, since we have this here, I think what we just need to do is just to show some functions, some things in which you can do with this Pandas library. So now let's say like we want to get the type of the data type in which, let's say the data type in which this name value is. Obviously this name value is a string. So if you want to get the data type it is, let's just scroll down. What we're just going to do, we're going to do something like print. Okay, let's come here now. I'm going to say print. Then we're going to say type, the type of df, and then we're going to specify that name. Let's give it something like this, 0. So this is basically going to show us the type in which it is, as we know it's a string. So let's just do that. Let's run it. As you can see, it says class string. So this basically shows us that it's a string. So basically what I'm teaching you guys is how to read in data. So we want to also know how to write data, like how to parse, how to edit that data and save it in that file. For now, let's continue doing this. So what we want to do, instead of let me show you another function. So instead of getting, let me just scroll up. Instead of getting all this rank, name, platform here and all, we just only want to get the rank, the name, and the platform. So for us to do this, first of all, let's minimize our code. We don't need these. Yes, we don't need that. And then let's scroll down. So what we want to do now is to just edit our data. So let's scroll up. So right here, what we want to do is something like, we want it to only show the name, platform, and yes. So we're going to give it like a list. So we're going to do something like comma, let's say enter. Then we're going to say names. That means the names in which we want should be equals to a list. That list is going to take the names we want. Let's say we want rank. We want rank. And then we also want the name. And then the last thing in which we want is the platform. Okay, let's give this. So when we print this, it's not going to show us all this again. It's only going to give us the rank, name, and platform. So let's run that and check. Okay, so as you can see, it gives us a rank, name, and platform, but under it still like shows the rest of the data. So that's basically how Pandas work. It still shows the rest of the data. So there's a way in which we can only get rank, name, and platform and not showing like the rest. Like see, it says rank, name, platform here. It still shows everything. So there's basically a way in which we can get only the rank, name, and platform, but I'm going to show that in the next video. But for now, let's just stick to the basic. So what I just want to do, I want us to be able to write Pandas file. So that I'm going to show in the next video. Thank you for watching.